yourself the master race and having to erase the achievements of minorities to make yourself feel better?
I think this whole thing is a slippery slope. I question whether or not the executive order can accomplish what he wants, but it scares me that if anything happens to Trump, J.D. Vance is in charge, and he's in charge of this process.
And it's interesting, we're standing in front of the Museum of African American History as we do this talk. You know, do we now take Oprah Winfrey's name off the theater?
Yes, it concerns me. Even in my time, the history, we didn't get a lot of teaching of history. Even now, I'm excited about what I learned. The 666, things like, I wasn't taught that. So I make a point of looking at that stuff on TV, reading on it, because I was not taught that, and it really hurts generations, because your history is who you are.
Like we're becoming Nazi Germany. It's heartbreaking. This is not who we thought we were, and it appears it's who we are. But I hope the people in Congress will stand up and keep them from doing this.
The history is here as long as people continue to tell the stories. African history, the history of slaves was passed down from generation to generation to generation. The stories were told from grandparents to parents to children to grandchildren. They continue to be told today in a lot of communities. So the history doesn't go away as long as there are people to tell the stories and people to write the book.
New reaction tonight after another bold move by President Trump, this time taking aim at the Smithsonian Institution. He says it's to restore truth and sanity to American history. Critics say he's trying to whitewash it. 7 News' Carl Willis tonight with both sides.
The Smithsonian Institution, the world's largest museum, education, and research complex, and a powerful draw for visitors like Talisha Bhatia.
There's the Indian Museum, the African American Museum, all those little Smithsonians. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's also the latest target of the Trump administration and the focus of an executive order that aims to remove what the administration considers anti-American ideology. Certain narratives on the country's racial history. Part of the executive order reads, quote, "Over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative driven by ideology rather than truth." The order also seeks to remove recognition of the achievements of trans women in the American Women's History Museum.
I feel like that's overstepping their boundaries with the government, because it should be open and equal to everybody.
The executive order specifically mentions the Smithsonian American Art Museum, as well as the National Museum for African American History and Culture, for having divisive race-centered ideology. Some say this is an attempt to erase history.
It really hurts generations, because your history is who you are.
Imagine calling yourself the master race and having to erase the achievements of minorities to make yourself feel better.